Hello and welcome to another update video about Quant, a very interesting structure that's currently developing here for QNT on the way up. It broke, by the way, above the upper boundary line of the yellow channel. Let me, by the way, take that white one out. We don't need that anymore. I think I made a video only yesterday or the day before. We talked about in the video about that a corrective structure to the downside could be counted complete. At that point, you always need to be ready for a reversal. Doesn't mean the reversal has to happen, but it is a high probability point for a turnaround. And if you watched the last video, you were aware. But of course, just because a pattern is complete doesn't mean it needs to turn around. It means it can turn around with a high probability. But you always need a signal. We are getting a possible signal at the moment. So first of all, let's remind ourselves where we are here in the bigger time frame. And the bigger time frame suggests to us that we moved up since June into October in a wave 1, a 5-wave move. And we came down in a wave 2, and we could now be in this third wave to the upside to around $400. But it's getting a bit painful, right? It's getting a bit painful. Seems to take a while now for Quant to really get some momentum again. Right, but this is only the first scenario. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and so there would be a 4 and a 5 as well eventually. And within the third wave, we obviously have, and I'm going to the 4-hour chart now just to show you that, within the third wave, we should have 5 subwaves. So what we eventually need to have is a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5 of wave 3. And we could now be in this first wave of the third wave. So what I've highlighted here could be the first wave of that third wave. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe we now get the fifth wave into the $170 region. After that fifth wave, we should be able to say, okay, we have a wave 1 complete, and we come down in a wave 2 of that larger third and would then rally, right? Now this is the bullish scenario. We had, as indicated in the last video here, a pretty, let's call it low risk, high reward entry point, because we were very close to an invalidation point, a so-called pivot point. Didn't highlight it on the chart in this case because it became unlikely, but still low risk, high reward, but not necessarily high probability in turning working out. Why? Because the way I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the way I counted indicates that this would still be a fourth wave. Maybe it's finished now. Yeah, a fourth wave would normally not retrace more than the 50% fib retracement. You can see we actually came down near enough to the 61.8% fib level. Okay, we did not substantially break below the 50%, but we broke below it, enough for me to say that this is becoming a lower probability move. On the flip side, though, we had a corrective pattern to the downside complete, and I did count it through for you, I think, in the last video or the video before. Because in this move down, which we can consider a fourth wave, we had an A wave complete in 5 waves, a B wave, and a C wave in 5 waves complete. We even got that last wave down I wanted to see. And we have enough waves complete to say maybe the C wave is complete and we're now moving up in a 5th wave. It's way too early to confirm that. I mean, we broke out of the channel. That's the first very early signal that we broke out of this corrective price channel. But we really now need a substantial breakout above $137.40, which we haven't done yet. That would be above the previous wave 4 high. And then probably even more important would be a break above the B wave high at $151. And then we could be looking at a target for the 5th wave, which should take us to, let's just measure that, should take us to around $169. Yeah, sort of would be an ideal target. The 61.8 fib extension, maybe all the way up to 195. That's the 1-to-1 ratio, but we'll see. That's sort of the range that we could be looking at. But it's too early to confirm, right? The thing is, it really needs to hold this $126 level now, this low from the Monday of this week. Because if it doesn't, then it will cut into the wave 1 price range, and then we cannot see this anymore as an impulse to the upside, yeah, because a wave 1 and a wave 4 cannot go into the same price region. So from that point of view, if that happens and it breaks below 126, it would increase the possibility that we are coming down eventually into this area down here between $94 and $61. Yeah, and then we would have to say that the wave 2 didn't end here, it actually ends here, and that all of this was just an A, B, C structure. Very possible as well. From a looking at the proportions, I would actually prefer that, because the wave to the upside here, took basically what, 3 months or so, yeah, even longer, from June. So we had July, August, September, October, so 4 months basically, yeah. And the move down really happened within, well, 3 to 4 weeks. So that's just not what you get in terms of the right proportions. It would look much better if we had this as an A wave, this as a B, and here as a C. We'll see, yeah. But clear is that at the moment we only have 3 waves to the upside, and what we need to have is 5. And if we have 5, then the next entry point will come in the retracement, because then we have 5 waves up complete. Can say with a high likelihood we've got a wave 1 here, and we can scale into the wave 2 again. Okay, this would be the next high probability entry point. Until then, we need to see, some people might want to choose to trade that 5th wave. It's still fairly low. Well, now obviously we've moved up already like $10 from the last video, so the risk is increasing, yeah, to your stop loss level. So personally, I'd not be interested anymore, because it can only go to 170 if it, sort of the minimum, maybe higher, but we don't know. But okay, it's still a decent reward to risk ratio if you want to trade it. But yeah, there is another possibility. This as a 1-2 setup, and here another 1-2 setup could work out as well. So if it breaks below the $126 level, before going all the way down to $94, it will have a chance to hold a wave 2 low. So if we say, okay, maybe we had a 1-2, then it could still hold $115. But if it breaks below 115, then I think it has a really good chance to come down to 94. So it's not a very, very clear chart at the moment. We had some really good charts this week, and still have, with very clear structures. This one is not so clear, so a bit nebulous, but we've got some good scenarios here as well. We had one possible pivot point here, entry point. Now we just need to see if it's working out. But I think other charts are providing a little bit of a better structure at this stage. And here, this will change here if we get the 5 waves up. Then we have clarity again, then we can look for a new entry point in a wave 2. Or if we come down into this area, this will also be a next high probability entry point. Okay, that's my update about Quant. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.